Hey Enduro Freaks, D Tidwell here, EnduroMTBTraining.com. Thank you for your responses on Facebook. Looks like y'all have a majority of shoulder issues, which makes a lot of sense, right? In mountain bike riding and enduro racing. Hitting the old AC joint on a tree as you're going off camber, for example, on a trail, totally happens. I've got minor ones, first degrees on my shoulders. Of course, going head over heels, over the bars, you name it, shoulders are an issue. So I just want to share with you a couple ways to help get rid of some of the soft tissue issues that you might be struggling with, because there's some similarities in a lot of the athletes that I've seen and work on a consistent basis as it relates to shoulder pain. So you all know the scapula, right? We got that scapula. The scapula contains the rotator cuff musculature that comes around and attaches onto the arm, right? We got our humerus, we got our glenohumeral joint, which is where the humerus attaches into the scapula, okay? We've got our clavicle, mine's broken, and it is the only thing that attaches our arm and shoulder to our body. That's the clavicle. So when you break it, that's why it feels so loosey-goosey. So a couple of the muscles that definitely need to be taken care of in this first part, we're going to look at going after them with a lacrosse ball. Tennis ball will suffice, but lacrosse balls are great because they're hard and rubber. But we're going to look at the teres minor group, a little bit of this rear delt action that comes through here, and we'll look into some of the serratus as well. These are muscles that can actually inhibit the shoulder joint and the arm from functioning and working normally. So take your ball, find a wall. So far so good, right? So take your ball. I'm going to place it right here in the corner of my armpit, right? So it's like right here. I can already tell that I got a little nugget right there. I'm going to use my right arm to hold my left overhead, and I'm just going to work through any of this tissue in here, which is kind of uncomfortable, okay? It's going to be uncomfortable, I can tell you that much. Be smart with your tissue stuff. Don't go too hard, don't kill it, and you're just going to go through in what I call search and destroy. You can also bring your arm down and work through this tissue as well. But essentially, I'm just going through the back of my shoulder in this little crease area along the border of my scapula, which if we go lower is going to look like this, by the way. I'm just going through along the border of that scapula. There's a spot right here that I just spent some time on that really needs some good loving right here. Okay? So this lacrosse ball can be a miracle worker as it relates to dealing with the soft tissue issues, as it relates to your shoulder trauma injuries, okay? So again, work through this back part of the scapula onto this little crease, I like to call it, and then arm up overhead to hit some of that serratus. You can even close down on the wall if you can get your arm overhead and just work through going all of this stuff, okay? Give those a try. You need to do this stuff consistently or it's not going to work, right? So chiropractic is important. It addresses the skeletal issues. This is one way that you can take self-control and take care of your soft tissue issues. So give that a try. Be consistent, and I'll come out with part 2 here in a few days, and we'll go through some other things that you can do for the shoulders. After that, we'll do hips and lower back, which was number 2 on the list of issues that you guys struggle with, and I agree. So we'll go through that, all right? Of course, any issues, you can email us at info@EnduroMTBTraining.com. Check out our product, our ultimate Enduro MTB training product on the website, which of course, EnduroMTBTraining.com. We're here to help you however we can, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.